The young who might be watching this might find this difficult. Hope that doesn't ring. To believe, difficult to believe, but it's true. There was a time when nobody used four-letter words to be funny. They are the bad language, the so-called bad language, which I have to say, I laughed at the other day on radio, listening to somebody defending bad language and saying it's normal, which it is becoming. I'll buy that. But it was very odd for me because he kept calling it bad language. If it's bad, you have to defend it. If it's normal, you don't. But whatever. So it's going to be very difficult to tell this tale from an earlier theatrical experience of mine. And it's another one where I was warming up for Val Doonican, and we were in Bournemouth at the time, and I promised Val that I would never tell these, but times have changed and years have gone by, and Val's got a whole different world now, hasn't he? But Val, I mean, he used to attract, of course, what we called the blue rinse ladies, middle-aged and upwards. He was a country boy from Ireland, you know, and sang nice songs and all that. So you would never get any naughty words in a Val Doonican show. And I was on just after the interval, and I did my fancy routine with all the cards flying all over the place, and this is the Russian shuffle and the Irish shuffle and the Leicester shuffle, all the gags. And my job is to keep this tight. I have to run to time. So I dropped all the cards in the box, walked forward. I had a run out made, a bit like Al Jolson used to have, over the orchestra pit, and I could get to the people. And I remember I walked forward. Now, and if you're from abroad, you have to understand Bournemouth, certainly then, maybe still now, was a bit posh. Yes, that's elevated, elegant. So I walk on this thing, and there's a chap sitting there, and I said to him, now sir, do you have any money in your pocket? And immediately he said, well, of course I have. What do you think I am, a pauper? Well, I've walked out over the orchestra pit, and orchestras watch the show twice a night, month after month, and of course, suddenly the orchestra are hearing something different. So they all, what's this, you see? Now, you have to recover from this if you're the entertainer. So I said, no, you don't understand. If I walk forward to somebody who was a little hard up, a bit poor, and said, do you have any money? It could be embarrassing, but you're elegant. Obviously, you have money. Oh, yes. Well, yes, I do. And I said, well, could you go into your pocket and take out, in those days, even a 10-shilling note, a pound note, or a fiver, that was tops. And he said, what for? And I said, well, you see, I am a magician. And if I was to use my £5 note, the audience would not be impressed. But if I use yours, they will know it's real magic. Oh, I see. Yeah, right. So he took it out, and I said, and remember the last 3 numbers on the serial number. What for? And I'm getting all this. Well, the band are loving it, of course, and somebody sent for Val and his band, and they're starting to gather in the wings over there. And I said, well, you see, that way you will recognise it if ever you get it back again. He picked it up like that. If? What do you mean if? Why should I give you this on an if? And I thought, no, you don't understand. It's all part of the miracle that you're about to see. Now, I don't know whether, I do this all the time, so you might be well aware of it, and certainly if you're a magician. So, eventually, I managed to grab this off him, and I take it, and I do that. And, what the hell do you think you're playing at? I said, it's a joke, you see. And he went, well, I said, you thought I'd done this, and I really tore the corner off. Well, he flipped. You bloody idiot! Do you realise you've torn mine off? No, it's all part of the trick. You keep hold of that in your right hand, hold it up high in the air, and he does that. And then I say, and now this piece here, I'm going to fold it up very tiny, like this. Keep your hand high in the air. Well, not only has he got his hand high in the air, he's now standing up. And I'm back next to my act box. And so I fold it up. This is the thing that's got the top bit torn off. And I said, now this is going to be the miracle. There's your £10 note. Close your fist, keep it tight around the corner. And what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to make it disappear. And he said, oh, I say, that's jolly good. And it's going to reappear in your hand. And of course, I know it isn't. And he takes his hand down like that. Oh my Lord. I'm continuing on. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to move straight on to the start of the show and this, that, and the other. And he says... I'll never forget it. You, conjuring chappie. Conjuring chappie? I'm an international sex symbol. What's he talking about? He said, your trick's gone wrong. Well, I can't resist that. I say, well, it's worked at my end, you know. And he starts effing and blinding. Now, this is never heard in those days. He's calling me all sorts of names. The band have gone. Val and his band are killing themselves laughing. The audience, oddly, for these proper blue-rinsed ladies, are rolling laughing in the aisles. And I'm actually on my hands and knees on this run out, so me and him are head to head, having a screaming row, which I'm encouraging, of course, because it's funny. And then eventually I said, oh, whoa, I'm so sorry. You are the customer. Of course you are right. I have failed to entertain you. Could you please accept this compensation? And I give him, as I always do, a tube of polo mints. And he goes, I don't want polo mints. I want my money back. And I said, no, you're not thinking. And he went, oh. Turned round to the audience and said, it's in here. And now, I don't think the band are going to be able to play again because they know it isn't. It's never in the polo. Well, sometimes it is. And he snaps it in two and it's not there. Well, I wish I'd had a video recorder in those days because this guy freaks. Awfully elegant, awfully posh. The foulest language you've ever heard. I am the worst magician on the planet. And then I come out with what I always come out with. Have you had your dinner tonight? What? He thinks I'm nuts. I promise I'm going to make him something to eat. And so I go into my walnut, egg and lemon routine, which I've done just about all my professional life. And, well, I have done it all my professional life. And he, when he got his money back in the walnut, he led a standing ovation for me. But he had to be the best. I should have paid for him to travel with me, okay? And but he was so happy because he got his money back, and you know it was in the walnut, it wasn't in my nose.